Tractor major Escorts recorded its highest ever sales data in the month of June that the company ever witnessed, with this time company selling 12,533 units versus 10,581 units in June 2020. As per the company, the continued growth in the volumes and that of the tractor industry is a testament of resilience of rural and agri sector. In an interview to ET Now, Escorts Group CFO Bharat Madan says that the June month must have witnessed some kind of a pent-up demand, with this time they recorded record numbers for in the month of June, because as we know that in the month of May and April most of the dealerships were closed with the states were under lockdown, and as the month of June approached, many of these dealerships started opening up, and that could have led to some kind of a pent-up demand. Along with that, the company has already raised its prices of the tractors across effective 1st July. So before that, there might be some possibility that the dealers must have piled up some of the stocks which was of the lower cost. So all of these factors have helped the company to report such record numbers. Talking about the current times, he is of the opinion that the rural sentiment continues to be really good, and going forward with a good harvest season and the monsoon across, he is expecting July sales to be also very good in terms of the sales figure. At least he is very hopeful till the mid of July, where the company can see more of the demand coming in, and going forward he is optimistic about the good festive season as well, and we'll talk about it in detail. Now talking about that the price hike that the company has been taking, and in which I mentioned some time back as well. So in the past 9 months, the company took around 3 times price hike that the company has taken overall. In order to offset the impact of the commodity inflation, the company has done this, and going forward they might plan some of the price hike, but that will all depend on how the market behaves, because as price hikes will have a negative impact on the consumer sentiment, but one positive thing is that they are very hopeful of a good and positive demand, and it is holding up strong for them currently. Now talking about how the second wave was different from the first one. So this time he informed us that the supply chain was not a major issue this time, which was not the case in the first COVID wave, and during this time most of the dealerships except in the few pockets were able to open and serve customers through the limited hours of operation. Not even the producers, even the customers were well prepared for this kind of a COVID wave this time, except for the health crisis that we experienced. Heading into the festive season, going ahead, the company is very optimistic about the future outlook. They expect September and October month to be a big one this time, and they plan to build up an inventory levels till then, because the coming 3-4 months they are not that they will be posting record numbers, but September and October month they are very hopeful on that, and in the next 3-4 months Escorts plans to ramp up its production from current 10,020 units that they produce on monthly basis to 12,500 units to be produced on monthly basis. In the second half of FY22, during this time only, they expect the tractor industry might grow overall in high single digit. They are not giving double-digit growth guidance because of the fact that they're in the second half of FY22. Last year as well there was a high base, because in the first half we saw the COVID first wave happening, and in the second half the demand actually picked up. So because of that high base, if we compare the numbers now, so in percentage terms it could be not be a double digit, but the numbers are expected to be really good, with overall high single digit growth in percentage terms. In the short term, they do expect their agri margins to feel some burn due to the commodity inflation, but in the longer term, they are hopeful to bounce back to the normal range of 17 to 18% of EBITDA margins that the company has been guiding. So that's all about the take on Escorts, and we are hopeful of good numbers to be reported by the company, and especially do watch for the month of September and October.